Hey, what's up? I'm so bored. What's going on? What's up? What's up? Just having some peaches. I don't know what's going on. I can't get the taste of metal out of my mouth. I don't know what that is. Call of Duty? Nice. Gord, what's up? I don't know what's going on, but I can't get the taste of metal out of my mouth. I don't know whether it's from messing around with that copper, but I think I had the taste before then. Brush my teeth, eat stuff. Like, Fred can't get rid of it. Not cool. Not enjoying it. Ugh. Oh, sour herring? Wow. Really? I'm not big on fish. I only like skate, haddock, pollock, halibut, that stuff. Cold water, white meat. It's pretty well gotta be like deep fried too. I don't mind pickerel and garlic butter baked over a fire. That's pretty good. You knew I'd be back? What's up, dog? Yeah, I just didn't want to sit around in a storm that looked like it was going to hail, and I didn't really want my truck all busted up. Okay, I'm so bored. Thanks. Thanks for your like. Cheers. Skull. I don't know how I feel about this natural light in here now. Since I took the AC out. We got natural light. I don't need light over here for that rack. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta like either paint all this all the way up to the ceiling black. And it's gonna look silly unless I put trim all the way around, and I can't. I need it open around the three sides for ventilation. You are? Like a pirate sailor? Have I showed you guys my sailboat yet? I don't know if I have. I guess it's pretty hard to see because it's big and there's only like 4 feet on either side in the garage I built over it. And I haven't been doing any work on it, so I'm not sure if I've gone live in there or not. I'll have to check. Yeah, I'm not sure. I get like, if I want to make it look really cool, it's best to black it right out and put like some light around the top. The whole room's designed to be like energy efficient. So like there's white above all the tanks and the white ceiling. So basically you can put lights in here and then you don't have to light any of the tanks. It's not good for viewing though on YouTube. It's good for practical and like good for the fish room, and the fish prefer it. Just like natural light on the ceiling. And then it reflects, everything reflects down, but like YouTube changed the whole game. So like when there's white, any of the lights that sit on top of the tanks reflect against the white and it doesn't look good. Like you can see back there, you see that orb? You see the blue orb over here? So like that's not gonna work. Just look how bright it gets. This is no good. So the fish like the natural light though. And then as soon as you turn on the lights, it's like they all disappear anyways, but I've tried so many different lights as well to like get like a well dimly lit aquarium where the aquarium's dark but the fish show. It's been really hard to find a decent light. I've yet to find any that like, the best ones yet are like, if you go to Walmart and you buy like a 10-gallon kit, they have like, the top has like these two little lights that are like stuck in the top. If you rip them off, they're just two flat little lights, and they're the best ones. And they just got on and off switches, and I like that. I don't like any of these ones that have timers on them that are like 24-hour settings and all this. I don't like it. It's a pain in the butt. I just want ones that come on and off as well. So I got some more experimenting to do for sure. Getting this lighting figured out in here. And my TV's too big. I don't know, I had some idea it would be fine, but it won't fit. So over here, I think I can put a 20-gallon, and on that side another 20-gallon, and right in the middle I can put, I think, we got a 57-inch. No, it's not gonna work. It's gonna have to be two 15-gallons on the end. 2 10s is a little too big. And that thunder's really crackling out there. Two times definitely works, but then it leaves a little too much of the middle. Something like that. Man, 70 inches. So the other TV's too big. No tanks. freaking too small in here. I can't believe it. But the 57 inch is going to be 3 feet, so that leaves 4.5 inches to the ceiling. Well, that should work. $50. What's up? Hello? Good lurking mode on? Where'd the comments go? Damn, half the comments are first comments are gone. This is weird. Heck. Raining hard. $4.25 and 15 gallons. They're expensive little buggers. Water. Perfect. There's 3 inches on either side of the tanks for the TV. So I can put a 57 inch, which I have a really nice one. 3 feet by 57 inches. And it'll go center. So that straightens that out. Because the other TV, like the way I had it, it was like off the center. It's gonna be no good. I need it center of the room. Because I gotta put the desk center of the room. And I'm hoping to have the TV behind the desk. So I can pull up some things on the laptop and put it up on there. Stay close. I know what the dog's up to. Going to sit out there under the trailer and he's going to wait for rabbits. And then when he sees a rabbit, he's going to be gone. Tell you, everything really needed that rain. I should be doing water changes on plecos whenever it rains. On any of the breeding group. I was gonna buy lumber today on the way home because I had the trailer, but I don't buy lumber when it's wet because it's not the same when it's there dry. I like to pick it there when it's dry, and I like to bring it in and use it immediately while it's dry and paint it. But if I bring lumber home and let it sit for more than a day or two, or it goes through a rain outside, it's shot. It's no good build with. Yeah, Corey's same as Plecos. Drop the pH, clean the water right out of nitrate, and away you go. You know, I don't know if you can help me with this, Gord. I never use salt in an aquarium. Like, never. I've never used salt. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong by not using salt. Because plecos don't have scales, so it's like, you know, you can't, like, even when you say it's Pleco Godec, you can't really use salts heavily. Because, like, it affects them differently. But when you do a water change on discus, the pro way is to use like prime or safe. Safe's cheaper, it's stronger, more concentrated, but prime's better for these smaller tanks, and it helps with their slime coat. But when they do a water change, they're doing salt, safe at the same time. I've never used it, like, but I'm using RO water. And I'm not sure how much salt my well water has in it. And sometimes I wonder if there's not enough salt. And I have all these. But I'm afraid to use salt. I don't know, there's something about it. So, like, even in the 60 gallon, I'll maybe throw one of these in there. And I'm sure it's a small amount. But, like, the 20s, I'm, like, putting, like, a quarter in. I tried it in every tank. Over the course of a week, I, like, added some in there, nothing happened, added some, now they've all had it. I don't know. I don't know what to do or say. Because the discus guys swear by adding salt with their every time they do a water change. But they're using calcium. Yeah. I don't don't know, they're using like, for a 60 gallon, they're using like, I don't know, like at least that much. Oh, I got a little scale, I don't know. I don't know how much each one of these are, but I've tried using it. And if anything goes wrong or anything changes, I guess I'll figure it out, but probably not going to notice anything, like, unless I do it for quite a while. I don't know. I need somebody to help me with this salt thing, because a lot of fish keepers use salt. Yeah, they use like 4 or 5 tablespoons, like, of salt in a 60 gallon. Yeah, it's raining like crazy, eh? I got my good saw out there. See my jungle? I planted all these trees in here. I'm gonna thin some of them out. Looks like a frickin' jungle. What the heck is that? I don't even know what that is over there. What is that, a badger? Frickin' better not be another badger. Yeah, you know where you are. You're in the jungle, baby. It's amazing though, because I thinned that all out. I planted all the trees, took it down to bare. It's all grown up. I've cut it all out, spaced the trees out, killed some of the trees that like I planted too close, because you don't know which ones go and which ones not. So dug some up, killed some, and now it's like totally grown in like a big jungle all along. How long has it been raining? I guess on and off hard, like for, I don't know, when was I live last? Before that, it's rained all day really, on and off. I forgot to sign on to that fish forum or whatever that like advertises your channel a bit. I don't know. Jeff Kane was telling me about it. Told me to go over there. I seen a quick video of Stubbs last video. Apparently he's had a really bad time with his fish this year. Fish Fam Link. Yeah, that's it. Is it free or you gotta pay for it? I just canceled a whole bunch of stuff, like, since I started using like phone or online banking with this phone. It's like, frig me, man, like $10 here, $4 here, different editing apps, all this. I'm just like, holy smokes, does that ever add up every month? Forget it. I canceled like a bunch of stuff. Guess I tried it out, see how much I actually use stuff, and then I canceled YouTube Premium, and like, oh, that was a huge mistake. I see. But I was like ticked off because I was still getting ads like crazy with YouTube Premium, and then with no premium yesterday, I was just like, oh, this is shit. Like, I can't believe I put up with that for so long as I did. Because, like, the advertisements are just thick before, in the middle, all through. Holy smokes, some people. One tablespoon per 10 gallons. Yeah, I think it's one of these shots, one of these little tablets they make per 10 gallons, but I'm using like half of that. But yeah, it's apparently supposed to be good for fish. I wonder if sometimes when I wash the plecos out so much with RO water, if the salt is like non-existent. And I know like we need a bit in our diet. Dogs need a bit, horses need a bit, like everything needs essential salts. It's a lot of rain. Should run out and get to that saw, but yeah, that's what I've always thought. Thanks for your input. I agree, it's a good stress relief, but I think, yeah, if everything's healthy, they shouldn't really need it, but because they are a soft water fish. Holy smokes. I wonder if we'll get a river going by here. Sometimes there's so much rain, all the water comes down the whole property and then rushes right by the door here. Training. Yeah, I hate to change anything too, right? Because everything seems fine and then you try something new and it goes south on you. Thinking, why is there water coming off of here? That frickin' bird's nest in my downspout. Like, I just put eave troughing on this. There should be no rain coming down all the edge. I don't know, I'm not gonna go out there and climb on a ladder and unplug it today, but I gotta be, maybe I need reminded tomorrow when it's not raining to just pull that bird's nest out of the downspout. Hey, what's up, Nova? Damn mosquitoes. It's the only thing I like about winter, really. I should be fishing since I don't know how. Yeah, probably sound advice for a duck. I had like a really high-end wetsuit. Not a wetsuit, but it's proper commercial fishing pants and jacket. Someone stole the jacket. I can't figure out who stole it or where it got stolen from, but I would never have lost it. Trying to figure it out for a while. I got the pants because they're rolled up in my backpack, but I only ever liked fishing with that coat in the rain. Yeah, it's nice. Sometimes you can really, like, if it's the raindrops are more spaced out and they hit hard, you can really hear it on the tin roof here, and it sounds amazing. But this particular time, it doesn't sound as good as normal. Oh, it was you? You dirty sucker. You stole my coat, did ya? Freaking Troy. Should have known it. Should have known it was that rascal. Now the mosquitoes are gonna flood in. Even think about it. Come on, come in here. I know what you're up to. Go on, lay down. I freaking know you. I caught you sneaking by, buddy. Frickin' dog's a rascal too. Little arsehole. That dog. I gotta get one of these electric ones. You just prime it right here, let it run right out the door, or right down the drain that I got made for that. I'm sick of buckets. I'm sick of siphoning buckets, so that's going to be on the agenda as well. No more buckets will save a lot of energy. Although it's part of my exercise. Mosquitoes. That corrugated, that clear corrugated plastic that you can get for the top of the tanks, it's expensive. Holy crap. What's the point? Oh, it's cheaper to make glass lids, I thought. Hey, nobody, what's up? How you been? How you been? Kino Kisses, what's going on? Yeah, a couple people here keeping me company. Ooh. Thank you. Thanks, nobody. You doing well? Good. Did you pass your test or what? What's going on? You been busy? Let's see what I missed here. It's raining in Florida. It's raining. Someone said it's raining everywhere today. Oh, we got a redacted one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, pretty cool. Almost to 1,000. My watch hours are starting to increase too, so that's good. Although I've been slacking off a bit, but busy here trying to figure out this fish room and some other things. And my mom's, we got her, she's going into a home on Monday, so she won't be coming. So we got her into the best place actually. In the area, so that's good because it's not easy getting finding it's hard getting them in there, hard getting a spot, so it's sad. And so my sister and my dad have been crying, so it's like the first time we ever seen my dad cry, so it's pretty sad. It's like long-term care facility. She's got to have care, right? She can't be alone. So, but Dad was crying because he promised her he'd never put her in a home. And now he has to, but he can't look after her, and I can't do it anymore. You know, after she stabbed me and freaked out, and she's been freaking out and, you know, going crazy and stuff, so it's like sneaking out and so it's been pretty freaking crazy here trying to help Dad with this crap. But kind of sad. part of life, but it's like nobody wants to see your parents go into a home like you don't know how they treat you, but plus the whole $8,000 and something a month was going to be pretty tight. So it was going to bankrupt everybody really fast. And so luckily we managed to get her into the best place and at a very, very, very affordable amount. So it's only going to cost everybody a little bit. Because like $8,000 was going to crush everybody, right? So because of her condition or whatever, we got some state help on it. She's freaking crazy, man. And she'll live, like, the thing is, this is the saddest part, is her family, everybody in her family lives to a 99, 101. And she's only 74. So she could live like with this lost dementia and scared all the time for like years. So it's like $8,700 a month for how many years? It's like, this is like, we're talking huge friggin' money, right? So everyone was getting scared too about that, going, oh frig, well, if this is what we gotta do, we gotta do it, but how are we gonna do that? Like, $10,000 a month? Yeah, $100,000 a year. And like, that's just the rent, right? That's like, we still got, you're still gonna spend money on her. It's like, buy her nice things and clothes and all this. So it's like, holy crap, like, I mean, their savings would be gone, and I don't know, I won't speak about it, but like, eventually. So it's a scary thing getting old nowadays too. But yeah, we got her, like, her room cleaned up and everything like that, and it's like, oh man, this is kind of weird. Yeah, it's private, semi-private, yeah. This one's really nice. She's got a roommate though, but like, I think it's probably for the best. We'll see how it goes. Maybe they'll scrap, but if she starts scrapping, like, they're gonna dope her, and that's like another sad thing too, right? Like, I thought, frig, man, how do we can't control her here? Like, what's she gonna be like there? And so they're gonna have to like start to like bring her down with some medications, and it's like, oh man, I hate to do that, see that happen to anybody. But she's still so full of power, and she's strong, and like, it's like, she's strong and she's crafty, so she's she could be a bit of a threat if she was angry. don't know. It's kind of like, could you imagine James Bond in a retirement home? That's what it's kind of like. Yeah, I hope they do. I hope they're good, right? Because like, there's so much stuff with like elder abuse and all that. So, but I guess if they do, there'll be big trouble. Yeah, scary. Her problem is she can't sit still, right? So, thanks, Ella. She don't sit still, like never in her life. She's like works like round the clock, never sleeps. Powerhouse, like burn out. Like this is part of the problem, right? If you don't pace yourself in life, I think you'll end up like that. And like too many nervous breakdowns, too high achieving, too much perfectionism. It seems to hit like doctors, lawyers, professors, all these types of people that like give her and their brains are like highly active. It seems to like Alzheimer's and dementia really hits them hard nowadays, it seems. So it's like she's like all over. Like she'll be packing the house up, saying, "Okay, well we're going to the house for up north and whatever, and we're going to the summer house, and we're going here to this house." And it's like we don't own any of that stuff anymore. Like, but she's got like the whole house packed up, and it's like, oh shit! Like, look at all this stuff everywhere, and it's like, put it all back. And then it could be like an hour or two later, like the whole house is turned upside down again. Sam, what's up? It's not Oxa? Thanks for letting me know you're lurking, not just hiding. Thanks for stopping by. They get amazing care. Truly shocked. Yeah, and then we had to put bars, like we had to get like bars put on all the windows, the doors, all this, right? Like so like we're in heavy duty lockdown here. I like it. I'm like, I don't know, I think it's awesome in a way. With all the doors and gates and everything. It's like feels super secure, but it's like a pain in the arse. Because she's running across the road and the highway and trying to get over to my sister's house, and so, and then she like almost, Buddy didn't slow down or whatever the last time and almost hit her right in front of me. Like, I mean, like she missed by like a half to a foot, and like, so it's like crazy. And so she's like seeing people outside and running, chasing them down and screaming at me, "There's people stealing your horses. Like, what are you doing? How could you just let them steal your horses? You got to get out there and stop them." And so like stuff like that. It's like, so she cries wolf so much that when someone is outside, you just kind of like ignore it or whatever. So, but yeah, anyways, I guess it's good. She's in a good spot. So that's the big news. Thank you very much. Appreciate you for speaking on behalf of the channel. Quadra Sisters, thank you very much. Yeah, this stuff's all expensive, eh? But it's good to know that, like, there are some good places. Yeah, that was the other thing. She's gonna be, it's 20 minutes from here. So, not too bad. Because we weren't sure, like, they could have to put her, like, especially short notice. We thought maybe she'd get, like, passed around between places. And so, like, we're thinking, oh man, she could end up way up north. Like, way up north. You don't know. Like, so, yeah, she's just 20 minutes away. And in a good city. Small city, good city. And so I'd be sure my dad would go out and take her out for breakfast and everything still, because they usually go there for breakfast anyways sometimes. So yeah, that's what we're all afraid of, is like completely abandoning it, like her being somewhere where like it's, you know, you gotta like book the day to go there, and it's like, and then how long's that gonna last before everyone's like, you know, and so yeah, close. And I'm pretty sure this is like, this is permanent place. As long as everything's good there, that's where she's gonna be. Do water changes? Yeah, I got a lot of water changes. Don't remind me. So yeah, it's a blessing too, because they're saying like it's gonna be, a couple months ago they were saying it's gonna be 5-year waiting list to get her in a place. And then unfortunately she had all the trouble that she's had, and then so she got put on emergency waiting list, which is gonna take 4 to 6 months. And it ended up happening, like, they knew they had to deal with something right away, because like it's gonna kill my dad like fast. And so the hospital was like taking her for a week at a time for like so my dad could rest, and they got her right in. So yeah, a blessing. Because the last few weeks, that's all we've been worrying about is what's going to happen. I think I missed it, or maybe you dodged it. If you dodged it, you don't have to save it. Did you do your studies, Ella? Did you finish studying, or did you do your test for work or whatever? Did that go okay? Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true, Ray. Yeah, it's young. My dad's dad died at 60, 64, young. My other grandparents died at like really, really old. Yeah, that's why I have my own. I have like bought 2 grave plots and have all this stuff worked out ahead of time. So, because you never know. Like we all like to not think about it, but it's gonna happen to each and every one of us, and there's no escaping it. So it's like, go prepared, go the way you want, or let others make those choices later. But I think I've on those plots, I bought them for a certain price, and I think investment wise, it's like eight times the value right now of what I paid. It's crazy. I don't know if I can sell them or not. I was gonna try and figure that out. I'm not gonna sell them, but because then what would I do? I'd have to buy more, but it's a small cemetery back home, and there's over 150 of my family members in there, so it's like, unless I've made other plans later in life, that's like an emergency, that's definitely where I want to go. So, anyways, I don't want to get onto this again. But damn, it was a good investment. I think it was like a couple $100 even, like, I don't know, it was like $400 or $800, and now it's like you wouldn't even believe. But I never would have thought. How are the discus? Good with natural light. As soon as I turn on any kind of light, they don't like it, the old ones. But they're in a small tank with nothing but a sponge filter, and I don't know. They'd do much better in a 60-gallon one of these 60s. No disease. No. None of them. That's why I keep getting more from the guy, because it's like, if I'm gonna get discus, it's best they all come from the same place with the same bacteria, and if everything's healthy, it's best to just do it now rather than start picking this up over there and this up over there and then adding them to a system. And then all that bacteria mixing, once you get the system up and running, you put them all in, everything's supposed to be beautiful, and then one thing wipes out the whole, you know what I mean, show. So they look good. So I think I might go get some more and call her quits for a little while, but I got a little bit of an investment in them. Not bad though. Yeah, I'd say he is the best. It's him and his wife do it. I think his wife's got more than he does. And another thing is, women fish keepers generally are superb, absolutely superb fish keepers. There's less of them, but the quality is very high. Guys can be like hit or miss. You know, dudes have ego, so it's like that ego can sometimes screw up their fish room a lot. And how they build it, how they handle it, how they purchase fish, what they quarantine, you know, everything. But like women can be like right by the book, right? And they can also nurture and put in a lot of care, where some dudes are just a little lazy. They're always trying to figure out shortcuts or pushing the limits. And it always backfires with sickness, so. Yeah, they go into an insulated bag and then they go sit on heated seats. So yeah, my Land Rover's my fish pickup vehicle. So they go on heated seats and smooth ride, heated seats, and it's no stress for them. But my pickup truck, that's a different story. It's bumpy. Sometimes, depending on the health of the vehicle, it's shaky on the highway at high speeds. So, I remember one time when I don't know what was wrong with it. I forget now. It's been about 8 years, I think. I was like, I got like, I don't know, 15 or 20, I can't remember. 15 or 20 zebra flacos in a 5-gallon pail. And I'm like going down the highway and the whole vehicle's like, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like these fish are just in the bucket like freaking crazy. I'm like, this, I can't be doing this. Like picking up that kind of dollar fish and like giving them the worst ride home ever. Not good. They connect to the Inkbird thermostat. This is hilarious. I wish. I have both back seats out of the Land Rover, so I could put like a huge tank in there, and it's got 120 power in the back, so I could like have an air pump and heater, have like a heat mat, put the tank down on it, have the heat mat in the middle where there's no pressure on it, and have an air bubbler, and I could go right across the country with a pretty big load, I think. And then I'd have an Inkbird on it for sure. Hello, Mary. How are you today? Good morning, good afternoon, and good day. Mary, your target's not been here today. You must be bored hiding and hunting. There's no one to ban today. Fish loading zone. I think the best thing for, like, if I was gonna move a whole lot of fish across the country, if I was gonna move, I think the best is like an acrylic tank. That, acrylic tank, but I don't know. You know that in earthquakes, these glass tanks actually do better in earthquakes than, like, from shaking and vibration than the plastic tanks? It would have been the opposite, I would have thought, but the people in California swear that, like, glass tanks are way better than their acrylic for fish stores. But an acrylic tank that has, like, they got the solid lid about that much all the way around the top of the tank is, like, silicone right on there. Because I'm thinking, like, if you hit the brake and you're gonna hit the brake a few times really, really hard if you're going across the country. Could you imagine hitting the brakes and, like, dumping, I don't know, spilling over maybe 60 gallons a wave or something? This would suck. Yeah. Is that the Chinese guy? Is that the Asian guy that does the CO2, like homemade CO2 and everything in the little bottles? And him and his wife? Yeah. Yeah, he swears by it. Says that the glass ones all were fine, the acrylic failed. Yeah. He's like the Chinese or Japanese father fish in a way. And he's a sweet guy too. He's kind of famous. A lot of people know this guy. I don't know the name. I don't think he even has a channel. I think he just gets featured, interviewed by people. Maybe Ray knows. Yeah, instead of all sloshing up in a corner together. With the plecos, it's pretty easy. if you like, all I would do is silicone caves together. And I just a whole wall of caves. And I'd mount silicone the caves to the bottom of the tank. And I'd just fill the friggin' tank with Plecos. And they'd all go into their caves and they're safe in there. Nothing can happen to them. They're not going to be flung around. They're not going to be swimming around. They're all going to be locked in a little cave basically at their own free will. So I think the Plecos would be pretty easy. And you just wouldn't feed them for a few days before you took them on the trip. Because it takes a full, I don't know, it takes a full day just to get out of Ontario. Like 20, I don't know how long it is. 24 hours or 26 hours or something to get from one side of Ontario to the other. If you're heading west. Corey, oh, Aquarian Co-op, Corey? Yeah, I think a couple people have. I think if you Google like California fish keeper, or I don't know, you'd have to try you'd have to know what you're looking for, I guess. You could probably pick it out pretty quick. But yeah, he's a cool dude, that old feller. I love all these old guys. Ocean Aquatics, is that it, the name of his place? It is. Yeah, I think that's it. I think in the one video he's talking about his rent going up and how you couldn't afford a fish store and something like that, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's Ocean Aquatics, California. It's in San Fran or something, I think. Or no, it's not. San Bernardino or... But yeah, cool old feller. These are the goats of the hobby. These guys. You can tell like he doesn't screw customers over or anything. Well, I better go to the bathroom and start my water change marathon. Get to feeding. Or maybe I should feed them all and then do water changes. Oh, you got him. I wonder if he's still there. Ew. Some escargot, guys. Ooh. There's a big snail I seen crawling out there. He's pink. Oh. Oh. Damn. Good thing he's got a shell. Oh, dog, you scared me, man. Don't creep me out like that. Damn. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the lighting's not good. But he's pink with yellow and black trim. Big sucker, really. Hope I don't get anything from him. What about my sailboat? It's washing off my boat. I wonder if he has a YouTube channel or not. Or just a website, maybe even. His little shop's just crammed full, though. Anyone use copper in their fish tanks? You gotta get good copper, though. Pure copper. Kill parasites. My little boat. I collect brass. So when I get a chance at brass figurines or pick them up. Mainly, I like different cleats off of old boats, the brass ones, brass cleats, your tie downs. So I like to collect that. I like to collect anything maritime, really. I got a nice lobster trap from my uncle from Newfoundland, but that he made back when they were like had a good quota and everything. You know, out there, these lobster traps are thrown all stacks of them in the bush lines and thrown all over and stacked in people's yards and haven't been used in years, but here people collect them. But I wanted to have it up on the wall in here, but the spiders were ridiculous and the dust, and it was like, there's no way to clean this trap. Old bucks. That's neat, yeah. I collect cans too, like oil cans. I got quite a collection. I had a big big rack in the garage, like. So I collect, I don't know, a bit of war stuff, cans, maritime stuff, all the old farming stuff and wood stuff mostly I sold. Originally to buy these tanks. That's what I did. Pretty much what I always do when I need to buy fish or something. I'll just sell something I own. I only can look at it so much. Yeah, I got a shipping container and like you pack it full and then you don't even see anything anyways, so what's the point in owning it unless it's up on a wall? Oh, Mark, what's up? Thanks for stopping by, smashing a like. See, they're scared of me. Although they will eat out of my hand now. Yeah, I always collect stuff and then it's like, I don't know. How much stuff does one guy need? Too, because sometimes belongings have like been an anchor, right? Like I like collecting anchors too. Like old anchors. But owning a lot of stuff is like, it's an anchor because you got to store it. So then like if I leave here, I have a lot of land here and room. If I leave here, I have to have a lot of money because I need a lot of space and I need outbuildings and like, so it's like all this stuff is an anchor. All these belongings and collectibles, and I can't take it with me anyways. Most people really don't care, look at it. Oh, friggin' mosquito in the ear. Give me a break. But it's like, what am I gonna do with all this stuff forever? So I keep getting rid of things. If I need something, I'll just get rid of something. Damn. Thanks for checking back in, time traveler. Oh, and they stirred up all the poop I was gonna clean up. Tell you, this one disgusting sponge filter. These these brine shrimp are a huge mess. Like they're way worse than the beef heart. The beef heart, they eat it all up and poop it out, and it's like hard poops. But this brine shrimp, it's kind of like it floats and gets stuck all over like a paste. And you can see that they don't. Damn. You can see they don't digest it. Oh, to suck out less water? But the tanks need to be huge water changes anyways. So the discus are releasing stress hormone into the water right now. And with the treatment that they're given, it makes them produce mass amounts of slime coat, which they shed off. That's part of the process of the treatment. So I gotta do huge water changes anyways. But yeah, for the plecos, definitely. But I also use a smaller one for the plecos. But I'm gonna make an end for it. When they're scared, yeah. That's why it's better to get the younger ones and raise them, and they get used to you quicker. These ones are already kind of set in their way. They're a good size. They're just under 4 inches. No, don't be mooching. No, don't even look at it. You're only gonna get your feelings hurt because I'm not giving you any. No sugar for you. Nope. No mooching, no sad eyes, no cut eye, nothing. It's not gonna work. Go on. Oh yeah, go on. Oh, he's gonna be mad. I ain't got no cheese. Oh, he's down under the tank, under the tank and behind the couch, so he's got like a den. He's got a little den and he pokes his head out. Loves cheese? Oh yeah, they love cheese. That's like the end all to be all for a dog. Cheese is the only thing that matters to a dog. They don't give a crap. Like, he doesn't give a crap about me. He wants food. I'm not gonna play games or lie to anyone. They don't really care. They know that you feed them, and so they're reliant on that. But like when it comes right down to it, they want your attention. But if they got food, they don't care about you. Once they get the food, they're like, oh, I got what I want. There they are. Getting a little braver. Not eating out of my hand today, but have some more beef heart. It's good for you. Maybe. Maybe. I only got that much left. That was a big batch. Maybe. It reminds me of the Tupac song, They Don't Give a F About Us. Getting a little braver, a little skittish still, but they're getting brave. Anybody here ever hatch brine shrimp? So you should make some homemade brine shrimp hatchery or what? Buy a can of it and get some salt, and because they're a saltwater critter. Hatch some, feed some raw and fresh and alive, and freeze the rest every time. And bulk up a bunch for winter, I guess, some frozen brine shrimp. Well, they're eating today good, even with the light on. So that's a sign, good sign. So I think I'm gonna build like, yes, the fancy's this one. When trying to condition them, don't do it now. A fancy what's going on? What's going on, Mark? You killing off some sea monkeys? They seem to be. Okay. You're back for a bit? Thank you. Sorry, I'm not super exciting for you. You're very welcome to be here. Appreciate when you're here. Bananas and water don't mix. No. You're busy? Doing housework? What was I gonna say? Oh, is this a fancy hatchery? So at the end of my 60-gallon rack, there's gonna be like a little space in the wall and the other tanks, and I think I'll build a hanging brine shrimp hatchery off of it. I think you need salt, water, and a light. Yeah, it's a biofilter. It's called moving bed, bio balls. And they're good honeycomb shaped ones. So you want a lot of surface area in your balls. So there's a couple kinds. I don't know if I can find any floating around here. So you can get round ones with a bunch of slits into them. So they're like a round ball and they're all cut out so that there's all that little surface area on the ball. Or you can get the honeycomb ones. that are like tubes, honeycomb tubes that are just chopped up in little bits. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like that. You're in Florida. That's a big Nickelodeon's a big thing down there. I remember at Universal Studios or whatever, you go in and you can be part of the TV show. It's fun for kids. Like it may explode. Everyone has something to say about it. Yes, aquarium salt, the eggs, an airline used a heater for higher production. Yeah, like a faster hatch rate. The warmer the room is, and the damn. So how do I heat these little jugs? Yeah, they look like when they're working, they look like some kind of nuclear production thing. Don't take it out of the water. Yeah. It looks like maybe like a bomb mixing fluids or something. Something from a Die Hard movie or something. Waste product from Chernobyl. Yeah, exactly. It's amazing how the little animals all adapt to that area. We have our own, I forget what they call it here, but we have a reactor that went south too, I think. Something River Power Station. Yeah, people always bring it up too. Like when it's really going. Like that one's not going so well, but this one's giving her. So it's forcing water over the bacteria. It's oxygenating the bacteria on the balls, and then it's pumping out the cleaner water up top back into the tank. Yeah, that one's rolling thunder. It's friggin' giving her. I used a small 10-watt heater, Aqueon heater, but yeah, in the what do you mean, 50 Fahrenheit? That's all you need? The temperature in these tanks? Oh no, they're just under 30 degrees Celsius. They're like 85 to 86 degrees. Real hot. Yeah, they're from Brazil and they're from the Amazon, so. All the fish in this room are Amazonian. So soft water, hot, soft water. Oh, okay, yeah, it was in the 50s. What's it called? Pine River or something River or Powell River or something to do with trees, I think. I don't know. That Panthera is going to be one sweet looking fish. That German one. I'm debating if I want 7 more of one of these small kinds. Maybe not the blue. I like ones that have more than one color on them. I can get some Fujis that are about the same size as the yellow albino, but it's cheaper and a little better for me just to grow them out. I don't know, by the time I feed them, I don't know, but I was thinking more of the spiders. 7 more of the spiders. Maybe 7 more of these Germans. I don't know what they call those red ones. They're red Raffella or something. Good question, Ella. They should last a really long time. We will see on the brand of balls. Like, I mean, they gotta be hitting off of each other and wearing down. You'd think they'd wear down like really fast, but if they're wearing down really fast, that's going into the water column, so it's not really cool. But I'd imagine, like, I don't know. It's a good question. Damn, I'm gonna have to look that up on average. I'd imagine it depends on the quality of the bio balls. Because that looks like a tumble mill, right? Like, if you want to, like, smooth down the edges on a bunch of small metal pieces, you'd throw them in something with, like, little ceramic balls like that, and you'd throw the metal in with it and tumble it, and those ceramic balls would, like, smooth off whatever, rocks, whatever you put in there, metal. And it would deburr anything that you put in there, but, like, that stuff all wears down, so I don't know, that's a good question. I'd hope they last 3 years. Yeah, you can replace them, but I never thought about it. Now it's got me thinking. He was there when it melted down? My bad. No, it's actually good. It's thought-provoking, and I'll educate myself on it. But you might end up having me going out and, like, trying to find the very best ones to put in there. Late at night? This is what keeps you up at night? Like most people? Just thinking about stuff? I swear I Google stuff till like I pass out. 12:27 in the morning. You're usually good till 1 a.m. Oh, Jimmy Carter was serving in the military, helping clean it up. Huh. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Interesting. I don't know much about it. I'm going to look it up. There's actually a lot of things in Ontario too, like that none of us that are born here know anything about, but some pretty interesting places to go and see. Like to do with like ancient civilization and stuff. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow so I can go get lumber and do this rack. 'Cause I'm excited to like start to try and figure out to plumb the racks, and at least want to set the tanks in place and see what's going on. I like history. Other Mark here likes history. I think Gord probably does. How about you, Ella? Not too much? Do you like medieval times? I guess England's a pretty cool place to learn about medieval times. Pretty cruel though. Cruel bunch of people. But lots of things like that to see, I bet, over there. Yeah, everything's old. Everything here is new. We don't really have anything old. But I do like to look at like places that have old buildings and everything like that. Uh, no. Officially, like, I mean, the Earth's been here, but it's officially named the U.S. and Canada. I think the U.S. just celebrated 250 years. Gord Red will tell you how old Canada is. I forget. I think we've been a colony for how long? Hundred. Oh yeah, so they're 100 years older than us. And like 90 years older than us. Oh, what the? This thing gives no warning when the battery dies. When it goes, it just goes. $159 years. Yeah, so we're just young, right? Yeah, the old world, man, it's like in the thousands, right? Everyone left that old world for this new world. The St. Lawrence was, yeah, I think so. I think Newfoundland's probably the first ever to be discovered by Europeans. But if you look back, again, the Russians were here first. On the west coast. They were like trading and everything with the natives here. And had things established across the Bering Strait there. So I guess history is kind of a funny thing because every kingdom that takes over burns all the books from the last kingdom. And only so much information's been able to be hidden for so long and preserved. I know in the Middle East they found a private library that dates back unbelievable amount. And it was like buried over, and it's absolutely huge. Yeah, we're this. Yeah. I don't know. King Charles came here and asserted himself again this year, kind of asserting his power. And, you know, like the Bahamas, it's now like the coinage has got the king on it. And yeah, like we're still a colony. We're still part of the group, like me, you, and like Canada, Britain, Australia, Bahamas, we're all like attached to the same Commonwealth. You guys. We're still a British Commonwealth. So like travel between is really easy and everything like that. Because I know Australians can pay $11 for a permit to come here and visit for like, I don't know how, it's like a long time. Like 3 years or something crazy for like $11. Where like if we go somewhere else, it's like it's a pain in the ass, but because we're the same colony, I think we can all pretty well travel everywhere. So we're still all part of the same thing, obviously. I don't know about New England and the States how that works, but I kind of thought the whole thing ended, but apparently it didn't. I don't know, I had it in my mind that we weren't anymore. But we most definitely are. They're eating beef heart and brine shrimp. They pretty well got it cleaned up. I'm gonna have to feed them again now. When in Canada, he is the king of Canada. Yeah. Anywhere from 3 to 6 times a day. And like 3 water changes. They're high maintenance to grow out. So a lot of people just buy them when they're older, but there's problems with doing that. So the smartest way is to get them young and put in the work. But they need a lot of feeding, and they need a high temperature, and they need a lot of water changes. So it's so much work. Yes, ma'am. 3. All the way to about here. So like anywhere from here to here. So if I do 2 water changes, it's about like, still works out to be about 75%. Our parliament works a lot like theirs. Oh yeah, huge amount of dedication, no doubt. But if not, you can kiss them goodbye, right? So there's no point in starting unless you're gonna, be on time for them and do the work that has to be done. It's hard to listen to that water. Well, not too much gonna happen. When I'm in the fish room, there's no trolls. Plus, I got subscriber mode on, so it's like, if you're gonna subscribe, you're only gonna troll a little bit. Yeah, very little troll action this time of day. It's usually 10 o'clock to midnight. It's really bad. Or for me lately, like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I'm really getting it. But now I got my moddage kind of straightened out, where I got a good variation of mods that can be in at different times. And if I put the subscriber mode on for any time, so as soon as they subscribe, they can comment. I'm even starting to gain subscribers in the fish room, which I never get subscribers when I'm in here, so I'll get like 2 or 3, 4, 7 in the fish room with the subscriber mode on. I don't know how like often these subscribers will watch any of my videos, but there's a couple of these spiders that got blue coming in. Really nice. Really nice. I want some yellow albino pigeons. For some reason with discus, I'm really drawn to yellow. And there's some really nice reds and blues. Try and show you this blue that's coming in here. See on the face? See the blue coming in on the face of that one? And on the finnage, look at the finnage is popping. Probably a male. It's a little curious. But it went from that orange color on the face to like having blue above it. But these are going to be sweet looking fish. You can see they got the red in there. They got blue and red. You can see that pattern starting coming down in the blue and below the dorsal fin. But yeah, these are going to be impressive looking fish. A little sketchy still. hiding, stressing them out. But yeah, there's one in the back too that's getting blue in it. I kind of think I'd like a tank like with 14 of these swimming around in it. Some blue in that one. That one's got a fat belly. See that belly right there, where it's white, swollen. Yeah, they look pretty plain, but damn, are they gonna be nice. Yeah, 7 or 14. Depends on the tank size, but yeah, 7. For these 60s is gonna be, I don't know if you guys can see or not when I go sideways, but there'll be 7 in each tank, and then they'll pair off. And then I'm gonna basically keep the pairs and anything that's like an odd, like a male too many. So like anything that doesn't pair up is gonna go into a 75. So in the 75 gallon, I'd probably put 14 of them in there. Or in here, 14 of them in the 125. But mainly 7 up till adults, and then when they pair off, I'll probably just put a pair in each tank. For the 60s. Mainly that's the kind of tank I need right there, is a bunch of these. Like 29 gallons and 60 gallons are pretty good for breeding pairs. I mean, 60's even a bit excessive. But it's a decent size shape of tank for them. But yeah, 7 would be no problem in those. So like, I don't know, could get like 28 fish or whatever in those 4. The 20 longs are a perfect size, but they're just a little short because they're like 20 longs are only like a foot tall, and generally like you want about 2 feet, because these are more like mid-water. You want them swimming mid-water. So like a pair in there would be like really pushing it. I have just enough space in this part of the building. So over here, there's going to be, I think I'm going to put like a board in the window up about the height of the tank. And so there's going to be a 75 here and a 75 here. And then the rock's going to stop and start here and go over. And so this corner of this tank and this tank are going to edge up like I do here. So it would be like this, where like the tanks come together like that so they don't block each other's view. And then there'll be like a space behind for plumbing or electrical. And then down here, there's going to be like a space. The rack's going to end over here. And then, so I'm thinking about having like my brine shrimp hatchery hanging off the side of the rack right in this area. And then it won't mess with the view too much over here because this tank will end out here. So I think I got it figured out. See any action? Thought maybe if they're gonna breed, they could breed in that big cave. But I think it's supposed to have two open ends. On your side, everyone's name is White? Really? What's going on in here? Man, I don't know what's going on in here. I've cleaned this tank every day for like 3 days. Look at all the stuff in here. Like, what the heck? There's stuff everywhere. Even on the glass, it's stuck, you can see. They got no wood in there, so I don't know what they're... Maybe, oh, they got that bit of wood. I don't know. Damn, they're eating a lot of wood or something. Shiny, eh? So these are like your German blue Panthera. And then the other ones are super blue Panthera. So their design is like a lot more like this, where like the dots are really tight together. Look at the stuff on the side of the tank, Gord. Someone told me like you're gonna have this clear gel all over the tank with discus. These are gonna be nice too. These ones, you can't tell what they're gonna be like by looking at them right now. Look how many bars that sucker's got. This one has just got a load of bars coming in. Look at the mess they make though, it's unbelievable. This guy's really showing up with his colors. See, that looks like a super blue Panthera to me. But I think they got the same fathers, so. Freaking glare. A lot of bars. I don't know which fish to get more of. Sometimes I'll like come onto a live and all the mods won't have any shields. Or they'll have like a different shaped thing than a shield beside their name. A lot of space, or tanks I should say, yeah, more tanks than space. I can only imagine if it gets really freaky in here. Like once I got the desk in here and everything like that, and I might end up with like tanks up in the corner and tanks up high, and you never know, it might just get right insane in here, but I'm pretty sure that like I'm gonna set up these tanks and that's gonna be my limit, because I don't want any more work than that. A wrench icon, yeah. But sometimes I come and like it happens the most with Osborne. I don't know why, but a lot of the time when I see his thing in Mary's, it's got no nothing for a while, and then all of a sudden it'll pop up with a shield. Strange. But there's another shape too besides the wrench and the shield. There's like some default symbol. Oh, that's super cool, Mark. You gotta have a big drill bit to drill in these holes, and then you gotta find the glass tubes. Or like the tanks that like you get made that arch over the doors, so you gotta walk through under them. Awesome. Like a water park, yeah. So fish can go from one tank. They actually make, you can make them so they can come up. I see people with ponds. So they they insert like a fish tank in the pond up high, and the fish can swim like up into the tank. It's crazy. You're getting into some physics class there. You got to be smart for this stuff. Thanks, John. Very much appreciated. Just a dude in the fish room though. There's nothing super, no fancy thumbnails or anything at this point. No scripts. No fancy editing to make it look like super YouTube-y. Just a dude and a camera. He does not use salt. Yeah. Thanks for checking. I don't know if you can see right now, but the tank with the plant, that's the lighting I'm trying to get. And it's only the camera angle. It's not even the light, but it's the camera angle. But right now it's showing the exact light that I want for all the tanks that are Plecos. It's like a shaded, dark, but lit tank. changes a bit when you go in on it, but that's about. There's a couple shorts where I've nailed the look that I'm trying to get, but I can't seem to do it on scale for every tank, so. Yeah, the new discus are good. They're hot. Well, they're a little sketchy. Give you a quick peek at these dirty suckers here, but you can see the colors coming in on that feller. And I just showed everyone, but give you another. Where is he? You can see the blue coming in on this guy's blue and red coming in here in the head and the finnage. But these are gonna have like ovals on their body, so they're a long way from where they're gonna be, but you can see that guy's coloring up. See some color on that guy's forehead there. Still little and plain. Some spotting on that feller coming in. Well, welcome, Handy Andy. And these guys, I sketched them out like a whole ton, but they're doing all right. Yeah, everything's okay. Better add some water to this tank now. In person, the white looks good above, but it does not look good on camera. I wonder what it looks like if I paint it all black, if it's gonna look, I don't know. Probably look normal. I guess if the whole room's dark and the tanks are only lit, that's probably the best idea. So total black walls everywhere with like a light strip that goes right around the ceiling at the top corner. And no other light besides that, besides what's on the tanks, would look good. But I need help and ideas. Already? Nobody sleeping yet? Gotta be 2 o'clock or something over there. I think Ella's passed out. berries. I just checked the back of the building. Like, the berries just like grew but are dead and shriveled up. I don't know. Like, I know if you don't pick the berries, they tend to not like stay on the vine and like die and fall off. And that's it. But they're really hurting back there. I don't know. Too much weeds around them. No, the tanks are all... My original idea was I didn't care about looks. I wanted to see where all the airlines were running. So when I started reefing on airlines or replacing different or moving them, I wanted to be able to see which one I was reefing on. But it's ugly, right? So that's why you can see the airlines behind. And I also had the idea that I would scratch up the front of the glass over time, and then I'd spin the tank around and I'd have a brand new tank. But if I could go back, I would paint all the tanks on the back and ends. But you get one shot with the tank, so as soon as you scratch up the front, you're done. Get a new one, paint it. Yeah, it does. And like I was saying earlier, originally it was meant to have a white roof and white above the tanks, and the idea was just to have the lights on the ceiling light the whole room, because I don't really need... Plecos don't really want direct light anyways. So like the light was only for me. And so for cost savings, it was wise just to have the 3 lights light the whole room, and then the ceiling and walls is like a reflector, right? But what I'm getting is the glow above. The glow above, and look, like with that, it's like kind of light. You get this huge orb. That's no good for filming. Because like, if I'm filming this tank here, that orb over there is making a huge reflection in the glass. So unfortunately, if I want the best picture, I gotta take the tanks all down and paint them all black on the back. And I have to paint the wall black right up to the top, if I want it good for YouTube. So I need a dark, dark room with no reflection, and each tank individually lit, which puts up the cost a lot, because you got to buy all the lights and then you got to power all those lights. But I guess they only need to be on when I'm in here. So it is what it is. I was hoping to get monetized and then like take anything I get from a super chat or whatever and put it into the fish room. But that's going to be a little ways yet. Unless I got to get my watch hours up. I'm just under 1,000 watch hours now, so I got like 2,000 more watch hours to go. Yeah, Christmas or New Year's, I think. I figured it was going to take a year. I might be able to do it in under a year. But if it doesn't happen by, I don't know, the middle of next January or the end of January or February, then I'm going to have to start all over again. So that's going to suck. So I hope that it happens. I think if I get my subscribers up to 1,500, the watch hour percentage should go up enough to get the 3,000. And then I'll be monetized and not halfway monetized, so I'll get super chats, super stickers, and be able to sell product or whatever. And then I'll need another 1,000 hours to get fully monetized. Well, that's what I wanted. I wanted to find somebody that like could come here, and because that was the idea originally, was to paint a huge mural on that wall. And another idea was to put all the super chat names up there. So I'm trying to still figure this out, where the desk's gonna go. So I guess the TV's gonna go back here in the middle of this wall, like in the middle of there. And then I was hoping to like have a spot to put all the super chat names and member names. But I really want to have I wanted to have someone go and paint a mural right across all the top, all the way around Amazon, like Amazon River, with some little native people catching some fish out of the river with some nets, and have somebody draw some discus and plecos on the wall. And so I gotta basically fish on YouTube maybe for somebody to help me with that. So whether they can travel here from Toronto and do it on weekends, or I can put them up here and they can do it over the course of a week. Yeah, two people started to, there's 3 people who started watching like as many videos as they can. And also like leaving their phone on, like putting a live stream on, an old live stream, and falling asleep. And my watch hours started to go up like crazy just from 3 people, so. Yeah, it's about getting people watching, rewatching and watching the shorts as well. Like some of my shorts have like better watch hours than my long form videos. But my long form videos aren't that long or that great or entertaining, so. I mean, everybody's first frickin' 50 videos sucks, so. But yeah, anyone who can like watch videos or the live streams over again, or put them on when you go to bed, that's one way to really contribute to helping me get this place off the ground, because I've invested heavily here already. Like just in the building alone is ridiculous. So, and then the fish, like, so once I get some supers and some gifts or donos, like if someone wants a certain type of fish and they want to donate, I'll go buy the fish and look after them. So if someone wants to see a certain species of plecos, I'll go buy those plecos and stuff like that. So we can have like a classroom project if everyone pitches in, I don't know, $5 or something, $10. Everyone can pitch in and have a species, kind of like a species highlight for the month or whatever. And obviously I'll have it for more than a month, but I'll be able to photograph it, or maybe have a tank where like every month I put a new fish in the tank. Something. We'll figure something out, but try and make it a little interactive. Yeah, adopt a fish or like sponsor a tank kind of thing. So like this month we're gonna sponsor this new tank. I guess that's pretty much what I'll do with the membership money, is like pay for like when heaters break, you need new sponge filters, food, stuff like that. If I can get the fish room a little more self-sufficient, then I'll have my own money to invest in different equipment or travel or whatever, right? So for right now, it's just an absolute expense to get this channel going, and it gets less views. Like, it's a lot cheaper for me to just sit in the bathroom with a fishing rod in the toilet with a goldfish in the toilet. Like, it costs zero setup. There's 0 hours in looking after living creatures. There's 0 things to feed. So like, it's much more cost efficient to just be like a different type of live streamer, but that's not what I'm passionate about, right? So like, I'm not interested in it. So any money I do get's gonna go into the project, right? Yeah, subscribers can buy the fish that they want. Like, I'll be like, I can pull it up on my TV on the laptop back here behind the desk. I'll have that all TV. And then I can pull it up and I can be like, okay, I can get this kind is available this year. And say it's, February or whatever, or spring, I can get this type of fish. Which one do we want to get? And whatever you guys decide on, that's what I'll look after. So try and keep it interactive. And so that people too see that like their money's going to something. It's just not going straight into my pocket, which like most people are cool with that anyways. They understand people got to eat, but at the same time, it's like, it'd be pretty cool if the subscribers can be a little more involved with the project. A hammerhead shark, yeah, a black tip shark would be sweet. If it gets really good, I can open up more space. So like, I can open up the rest of the building, go bigger. I could maybe afford to have someone to help me once in a while, or get like a student in who wants to learn a bit, that wants to come like once or twice a week to help out. Or like maybe a volunteer subscriber, and we could get into indoor ponds of stingrays, stuff like that. Whatever happens, right? But I don't want to say too much because who knows, maybe nothing will happen with the channel. It'll always stay small and there'll be no bread coming in anyways, so to expand. But if it does, I'll expand as much as the subscribers expand. So whether that means a whole new building, a whole new house, who knows, right? You never know with YouTube. It may be nothing. Nothing may happen. Something may happen. You just never know. And the longer I do this, the better I get at talking with people, the better I learn editing, the more I could afford to have someone help me edit, would give me more time to actually do the filming with like a little better narration or, you know, thought process put into it, scripting. But I have a lot on my hands right now on my own, so if I had a wife who was like a good accountant and could edit and that kind of thing, that would be freaking ultimate setup. So you never know what'll happen. Definitely someone who could help me film would be helpful too. Yeah. That's what I hope to do. Expand it right into a fish store and restaurant. But you never know. I mean, I'll stick at it no matter what. And we'll see what happens. Maybe I can invent a couple products as well and use YouTube to sell the products as well. You never know what'll happen. You never know what happens with life, right? So but none of it's not gonna happen without subscribers who are interested in the project, so. Drive safe, Gord. Yeah, I want to try and make it as interactive as possible though. So like people can see the contribution, what's going on. Some guys start fish rescues and all this with it, and like I don't want to do it. Maybe like have a couple tanks eventually when I'm expanded that are like rescues and people can fully adopt them or whatever. And like have some really big tanks for some really big fish that are nobody else can keep because they had to get rid of them because they're too small for their tanks. But mainly I'd rather just like keep stuff that like people are interested in but can produce. And for now, and then because the dream's eventually to have a fish store and a restaurant with a lot of fancy fish in it. So like huge placos, fancy bright placos, big stingrays, right in the restaurant. But yeah, may never happen. But who cares? You have fun doing what you love. What's it matter if it grows or it doesn't? I'm already happy now, so it's like anything else is gonna be great. Heavy into research and rehabilitation. Yeah, in research. Man, I'm not spilling water all over. Buying like a gallon or 2 gallon jug pitcher. Not this stupid thing. I keep saying it like every day. I'm gonna go buy one of these or I'm gonna order on Amazon. I don't. I end up cooking dinner and I'm tired and go to bed. I can do what some of a couple other fish channels I know have done. But not really my thing. But you want to see a ton of subscribers? The best way is to get a super duper hot chick to showcase fish and do the species profile where they talk about you hand them the script information and the hot chick talks to you guys about the species and all about them, how to keep them, what temperature, what to feed them, where they're from, what their natural habitat is, all this stuff. There's nothing that gets like 1 million subscribers like that. But it's kind of cheating. It's not really my thing. Like if you really want to grow a channel and you want to do it fast, there's other ways too. Like you can pay $100 a month and they advertise your videos and you get 1,000. Basically it works out to 1,000. $100 works out to 1,000 subscribers every month. But like a lot of these subscribers are going to be hit and miss. Some of them may never even watch your videos. They are real people, but I mean, there's so many ways to crank a YouTube channel up, and I'm well aware of several, but they do, I don't know, kind of like, I don't know, man, like, I want the real thing, organic. Still waiting for these to stack up in a pyramid shape. They're almost doing it right now. They're almost doing it. See that perfect stack? But I want it in a pyramid shape, and I want a picture of it. Take care, Handy Andy. Many blessings. Good night. Thanks, man. Mark. That's hilarious. Funny how they hide together, though. They're all keeping a watch. They need a big tank. They need to swim. That's what they want. Tank and a couple objects in the middle to swim around. %, battery left. Yeah, they need room to move. Like, these guys are actually doing okay. Like, even though there's a bunch of them in there, they still got room to give her. Man, those blue look cool. Yeah, they need room. I think they're feeling trapped by the low tank space. If they had more upwards, they'd be fine. But it's a little too shallow for discus. Need another 6 to 8 inches of depth for sure. Oh man, these need a water change again. Forgot. I still gotta come down later and feed them again. So yeah, I gotta get these other tanks up and running right away. That's all I'm doing. I gotta come back down later anyways. I almost did it. There's a lid on here. Oh man. I'll like come up with the dish of water and there'll be like a lid on, and I'll dump the water right on the lid, and the water will all go down the back of the tank and like water stain it. Oh, it's the worst. That's another bonus. The back of the tank black because you don't see any dust behind the tank that gathers up over the years, and you don't see any water stains even if you do have a spill. Who's interested in what I'm doing? UGL the wall. What's UGL? Oh, the fish are interested, yeah. Yeah, once they get used to you, like, it's hard to get them to get out of the way. And plus, they like the air bubbles. They like oxygen, right? So a lot of the time, sometimes they race right up into it. The next facility that I build is going to be crazy. Everything's going to be plumbed. There'll be no more pail and water. But I got to be thankful for what I got going. But the next system, the water changes is going to happen all the time. And then the main reserve tank that feeds all the tanks are going to, every so many hours, there's going to be new water added into them. And so the water chemistry is never going to change. It's always going to be the same. The heat's always going to be the same. And you'll really get fish thriving then. Oh yeah, this is all plywood. Thankfully, there's no drywall in here. But yeah, it's a mildew resistant primer right now. And then the black stuff is an outdoor. It's acrylic. Yeah, everything's automatic, would be automatic. everything would be on timers. So all the water comes in non-stop fresh. So basically like these tanks here. So there's always that much water or more coming in the tank all the time. And then anything else is flowing out and then going down to the sump. And then it goes through the sump and comes back out here. But on top of that, on a giant scale, huge sumps, water would be being added into the sump and going into the tanks. Or going, so like this was constantly being refreshed as well as it's cleaning the water. And so they're always getting the same temperature water out of there. A bug or something. Oh, a snail floating around eating. So yeah, like that. And then the room's heated. Oh yeah, it would be fantastic. It's not as safe of a system though, because there's a lot of moving and breaking parts. And I'd still want, like, say each row of tanks to be on its own sump and system. I wouldn't want the whole entire room running off one system, because if you put one fish gets sick, it'll spread through every single tank, right? So when you're starting growing plecos like this and you're bringing them in from the wild and different places while you collect them up, it's the smartest to do what I'm doing, where like every tank is its own tank. And if something happens or goes wrong in one tank, it's just that one tank that goes bad, right? But then once you get established with all the creatures, you can start to put them on a system, because you know that they're healthy and you know that you've bred them, you've looked after them, you know they're healthy and clean. Everything in the room pretty well shares the same water, the same bacteria. And so it's like, but right now it's like I'm trying to build up and I'm pulling in from all over the place over the years. So it's like this whole room is like a quarantine tank for like 10 years. Trying to build up to what I'm trying to build up to. Expensive? Yeah, super expensive. Yeah. So like every time a new arrival comes, it goes in its own tank and it stays there. Or like these discus, they need a bigger tank, but for now they're being quarantined in a smaller tank. And once I know they're healthy for sure, they can go into a big tank in like 3 weeks or 6 weeks onto a system together. But you don't want to put them on a system if you don't know that they're super clean and healthy. Because like you'll spread a parasite, you can spread a bacteria, a fungal infection, and then you lose everything. So this room's a lot of work, but it's the smartest bet right now. But once you know everything's healthy and you've had it a long time, you can put them on a system like this and they're all attached to the same water. But I know they're healthy. So only the healthiest stuff gets to go from the quarantine room into a system. Yeah, absolutely disastrous. Because, like, one $2 fish, if I brought like a guppy in here, and guppies are cheap and they always end up with parasites, or like smaller fish are weaker, their immune systems. I could bring them in here, they could be fine for a month, and then something could rear its ugly head. And by that time, it would be spread through the whole system. And then there goes 10 years of work down the drain for a $2 fish. Yeah, because you know that your stuff's clean and good, and they don't have a bunch of tanks, so they're going to be adding the fish they buy from you into their community tank with all their beloved fish. And this way I can like guarantee that my fish are clean, right? And then they don't have to worry about losing all of their beloved fish. And it's the same thing if I can do this and then eventually have a pet store. I can supply my pet store with the high-end fish, the large value fish, and then be super quality. And it's like I'm not shipping them in from other countries with other bacterias, and they're going through no shipping stress. So like chances of survival at the fish store are much higher, and same for the customer. So to be able to take the breeding room and the fish store and put it together in a symbiotic relationship. Yeah, plus they know where it's coming from with the YouTube channel, because they can just check out like the water quality and everything visually here. So it's like a good marketing strategy, as well as quality and control. So this is the plan. People can see the whole stage, where their fish are coming from, the parent fish, the quality of the parent fish. It's all there. They can check it out before they buy the fish. It's like, you can see what's here. This is the place it's coming from, and this is what you're gonna get. And hopefully through the process they can make something out of it and get some more freedom and independence. Yeah. Yep. Plus another cool thing is like shipping's huge. So like you can sell a lot if you're into selling fish, and that will be the end goal one day. Right now it's fish. See the fish visually on YouTube, so they can go on the website. On the website there's a link to YouTube. They can see the exact fish that they're going to buy. I can even go on a live stream and show them. And then I can ship so they can pick out the fish they want visually. And bam, it's at their doorstep anywhere across the country. Overnight shipping, you know? And so that opens up the market huge, because like you're not just selling in the local area that you live, your market's straight across the country. So I got lots of ideas, and people already do this, but like joining it all into one thing, there's not really anyone doing it. So if I can join a website, YouTube, the fish breeding fish room, and a store all into one, then it might be a good thing eventually. You never know until you try it. You just never know. Okay, Mark, thanks for being here. I'm going to shut her down. I'm going to go, I got to go on the internet and check out the different markets, fishies, and make sure I haven't missed anything cool. I got to check every few hours to see if something came up, because whenever there's a good deal, like you never know which day there's going to be a deal coming up, and if it's a good deal, it sells instantly. So I always got to check. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. You got me the last bit. Okay, I gotta hit the X. Thanks. We'll see you later on, dude.